is to amaze me the things that businesses forget once they get going. And you get in the middle of things, right? I talk to businesses all the time, and they've got a million different things going on, but it's always the basics that we return to whenever I deal with my clients. And whenever there's a dip in sales, whenever there's a dip in, frankly, just not getting the right vibe from customers, employees, etc., I always return to one thing, and this is, we're going to move right, TLDR. I'm going to give you the crux of the article we're going to look at here right now, so you can understand this, and we're going to dig into it. Here is, as a business owner, as an employer, you always need to remember, why is it that people chose to spend time and money with you? What is it that made them, choose you? And when you're going into business, that's one of the things that you start with. You're like, hey, I got a thing. I want to be able to sell this to you, which gets people's attention, but they come back because they come back, or choose to not come back because of the way you make them feel. And that is the number one thing that I see with business owners and companies that I work with, is who are struggling. They forgot the basics. They forgot to say, hey, what is the customer, not just experience, because I don't like that word per se, but what's the overall just experience, the vibe around us? And are we matching what we should be for our customers? Okay. So we're going to get into an article here from entrepreneur.com that they spend some time on this. For those who don't know, my name is Ryan Howell. I'm a business coach. I work out of West Michigan and around the country. And I come here live pretty consistently every single day, sharing information that I share with my clients, with you here. And I hope to earn your subscription. So let's get into this here. Again, this is from entrepreneur.com. Link is in the description. Be sure to go check that out. 95% of businesses fail at this one thing. Fix it before it costs you customers, right? And it is that vibe. Let me move this over. There we go. Sorry. It was off a little bit, Yeah, this is the thing, guys. I just, we talk about that from leadership teams, and they get into the key takeaways here, but from the leadership teams and the stuff that you're doing, down to the front of house staff, right, that's working at a restaurant, or the customer service folks, if you're working in retail, the way that you make the customer feel when they get in here, but also, how do you make your employees feel, right? The employees are choosing to work with you, and understanding the total vibe that you have as an organization is so very important. And businesses forget this. This includes nonprofits. This includes hospitals. This is everybody. Folks choose you. They choose to come to you. And if you want them to come back, you need to manage your vibe, right? One of the clients I was talking with earlier this week, we were having one of our sessions, and I let them know, I said, I wanted to work with you and have you as clients specifically because I liked your vibe. I liked being around them, and I wanted to help them. Okay. So that's what I mean. It's great here. So, all right. So let's get into some of the specifics here. Every day, every boardroom all over the world, leadership teams discuss their customers. They look at purchase data, renewals, new customer loyalty metrics, reviews, survey results. Entrepreneurs pore over these same metrics at small businesses everywhere. In short, every business and every industry and every size is evaluating their customer behavior and what it means for financial performance. 100%, we look at those numbers. Unless an obvious negative customer metric exists, most executives will declare that their businesses are healthy, and that's the number one problem. Right? When you're looking at the symptoms of what leads to the downward spiral of a business, they assume everything's okay because nothing's showing up in the data. Real quick, this just goes back for relationship advice as a whole. The lack of feedback is not necessarily always good. When you're getting responses from people, it means they still care and they want to give you feedback. When they aren't giving you either positive or negative feedback, they don't care, and they're soon to be detached. So just FYI, relationships as a whole. Okay. Now, what we want people to go back to again, as they talk about in the experience of the author here, very few will dig deeper and question every positive indicator, looking for for the leading data that gives them cues to what they need to do to stay ahead, innovate, and change before the competition. And it's less than 5% is what they say. Most leaders, and it's very true, they are not obsessed with unpacking positive results or thinking about staying ahead of any potential market or customer shift. One of the things that when I work with clients, we work on an 18-month rolling schedule, like 18 months. And part of that is so that we are always looking multiple quarters ahead, if not a full year ahead of what we're doing, and making decisions that are going to keep us out in front of the expectations of where we see the overall customer process is going, right? The customer feel, the vibe is going. And one of the big things we look at here is when we talk about where our customers are at, it comes back to, again, when they say the customer service or customer experience or hospitality, those are base level metrics, folks. When you talk about how people picture your organization, when you go into a business, you expect the customer service to be good. You expect the representatives to be hospitable, and you want to have a good experience when you go into places. That's the expectation. We get upset when businesses don't meet that metric, right? And that's an issue. And businesses mix that up. That's a base level expectation. Now, unfortunately, and it's been recent, I think it's coming back around though, is that even having a decent experience was something that most people weren't expecting going into businesses. They expected a hostile environment. And I think that's gone now for the most part. So now we are looking at, okay, if the base level is taken care of, the goal is to figure out, and that's where they get into here, is why did people choose to come back, right? And that's really what the crux of this article is all about, and that's where we're going to spend our time having in the rest of the conversation here, is why do people choose to come back to you? Folks are going to come into your business, they're going to give you a try and talk with you and have an experience, right? But why do they choose to come back? And if every business, and we want to put this out here, that's operate under the assumption that every single business has good, let's just say good, customer service, the customer experience is fine, and the environment is fine. What makes them come back? And that is where you need to have an understanding of your differentiator and how that's communicated to your clients. There's a vibe that you have, and it's going to naturally draw those people to you. When they come, they're getting curious, they're going to check it out. And then if it meets their or exceeds their expectations, they're going to keep coming back because they dig your vibe. Your goal as a business owner is to figure out exactly what that vibe is and how it's drawing, but also getting repeat customers back and triple down on that and make sure that's what you're delivering, because that's what customers, your returning clients, expect. All right. And that's really where the vast majority of businesses fail. So when I'm coming into places, right, and they're struggling and we can't return clients and clients are upset here, where customers are not coming through the door. And I'm like, they come through the door, they just don't come back. That's your difference. We got to solve that problem. And we're going to start off by taking a look. Is your retail space comfortable? Is it a place that people want to be at? What does it say? Is it trying to be everything to everyone? Because that's one of the biggest problems. Another problem I run into is businesses are really trying to be everything to everyone. So really, to wrap this up here, folks, when you are as a business owner, your job is to figure out exactly what experience you want to deliver that every time. And in the off chances where you don't deliver that, redouble your efforts to apologize to that client and let them know that that was a one-off, and they can fully expect that whatever it is they have for that expectation of the customer interaction in your business, that they'll see that again. Okay. So again, if you'd like to learn more about how I help businesses grow, faster than I ever thought possible, as well as help business owners build companies that are valuable, that will sell, check me out at summitbusinessguides.com. Again, I appreciate